Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. I've been hearing a lot of negative press about this game, like of how it has glitches and its story's bland, its music's bland, and characters are there and they're but they don't have that many moves and things like that, and the graphics are bland, whatever, and they're not that good, and they get worse when it's two-player co-op and things like that. And basically, I can understand all of those reasons for not liking this game. But then someone made the mistake of saying that it was worse than Sonic 2006, and that is a lie. I'm sorry, but it is. Okay? You know what I think happened? Sonic 2006, which was a horrible game, and the worst Sonic ever made, still, to this day, was so bad that people repress their memories of it, and then it's like, oh no, it's that game I played all that time ago and then destroyed or gave away because I don't want to ever play it again or see it again. That game wasn't as bad. It wasn't that bad, But then there's this one. Oh, Sonic Boom, Rise of Lyric. Oh man, there was glitches in this game, just like Sonic 2006. So it's worse than Sonic 2006, or worse than Sonic 2006 because that's the way I think it is. I can't have the comparison. I can compare it because I don't have the game anymore because that game was so bad. I either burned it like a Bonner Money, smashed it like Eagle Raptor, or just have it in my collection and only play it every now and then to show people how bad it is, like Clement does, the great Clement does. And yeah, sorry, that just it sounds to me like when the Hebrews in the Bible, the Hebrew slaves, Moses led them out of Egypt, which was the worst place they've ever been. Okay, horrible things happened to them in Egypt. And yet, when they're in the desert and they're getting hungry and tired and thirsty, they're like, "Oh, if only we could go back in the desert. They're free in the desert." They're going like, "Oh, if only we could go back to Egypt." Where we could eat whatever we wanted, we could drink whatever we wanted. Oh, it was Egypt. Oh, I'm like, oh, you mean that place where your children were killed? You forgot about that? The place where we saw the worst things you ever saw in your life? You forgot about that? It's the same here, in my opinion. They forgot how bad Sonic 2006 is. So when a game that has glitches comes out, that's a Sonic game, they're like, oh, this game is worse than Sonic 2006, bad as Sonic 2006, or worse than Sonic 2006, when it really isn't, okay? And that's why this thing is called How Sonic Boom is Good. Because I haven't heard much good about this game at all. Come on, guys. Think about what this game represents. See the 4 characters on the screen here. This is the first time since Sonic 2006 where you can play as Tails, Knuckles, and Amy. Okay? Okay, think about it. Let's have a little history lesson here. In Sonic, after Sonic 2006 dropped, it exploded and messed all over everybody and just basically made everybody feel like garbage, including Sonic Team. They were like, we gotta figure out what's wrong. People hate this game. This like the great Clement said, Sonic 2006 almost killed Sonic for real. So we gotta find out what the problem here is. So it's like, okay, what do we do? Let's go back to the formula that worked, that people really enjoyed. That was, so when Sonic Unleashed, they went back to Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 style for the daytime stages. All right? That's what I saw. They upgraded them and made them even better, and they put the next gen graphics on them, and they look so great. It was so awesome. Problem is, of course, then came the Werehog. Now, I had no problem with the Werehog as a character. I don't think it should have been Sonic though. But yeah, whatever. Anyway, I could say Sonic was damaged. Basically, you could say that he was messed up by Eggman into this horrible mutated form that's not Sonic like. Okay, that works for me. But still, okay, you had a character that was designed as a slower, more combat style character, and because of the fact that you were allowed to play as character, you played as other characters, Tails, Knuckles, and Amy in Sonic 2006, right? People were like, what Sonic Team was probably like, what's the problem? Get rid of everything from Sonic 2006, everything. So you can't play as any. Don't forget putting these characters on hold. Basically, that's what I think happened. We're gonna put these characters on hold and then basically see how things work after that. What people think of that, because they didn't like the characters on 2006. Okay, it's like throwing me out the bathwater. Okay, yeah. So it's like, okay, you couldn't play as any of these characters. You played as Sonic. You hung out with Tails. You saw Amy every now and then. For comedy relief, you did not see Knuckles, you did not see Blaze, Rouge, Shadow, Silver, or any of the other characters, Charmy, or any of the other characters. You did not see them. They didn't exist in Sonic Unleashed, really, basically. All right. And of course, because they were so afraid of letting you play as the characters, they had that weird hog, and it was like, yeah, deal with that. Though they did continue making awesome new cool characters. Chip was awesome. I'm a huge fan of his because he was very cute and interesting, and he was actually useful at the end. Sonic Unleashed. So yeah, characters were still there. Unfortunately, they came out Sonic Colors, which is even more biased against characters. You played as Sonic. You hung out with Tails. There was no Amy Rose, no Knuckles, no Blaze, Silver, Rouge. Any of these characters. You got Wisps, basically. I think. Was there anybody else? I don't know. I don't know if there was anybody else, but still, okay, no one else really. After that, okay, Sonic Black, there was a bunch of other games, but I'm talking only console games, okay? That's all I care about right now is console games for Sonic, okay? That's the way it is for me. Don't get me wrong, the handhelds are great, especially as the issue with me handhelds is they're basically like straight to DVD movies to me. They're cool and it's nice to see them. But it's like, one of them animated Marvel or DC adventures, one of those ones that just go straight to DVD. It's like, oh, yeah, Batman versus Bane, Batman versus, the Joker, Batman, Wolverine versus Hulk, Wolverine versus Thor, yeah, Hulk versus Thor, Hulk versus this, or whoever it was, I don't know, something like that. It's like, okay, that's nice, but then it's like the movie comes out, Avengers, X-Men Days of Future Past. That's what the console releases to me are like the movies, because of course they take more time to work with. They are basically the biggest productions of the companies because they're new, because they're on the new systems and stuff like that. So that's the way I see that, So it's like, oh my gosh. It's really cool, so that's why I'm liking Sonic Boom, because this is a movie where you get to play, basically, one of their big productions, where you get to play as characters other than Sonic, okay, after a long time of them being afraid of doing that. Okay, you probably got to play as other characters in the handhelds, but still, here is a console platform where you can play as other characters. That's the main reason why I will be buying a Wii U with the gamepad, even though I hate the gamepad because it's trying to kill Nintendo. The gamepad to me is trying to kill Nintendo. Nintendo got suckered into the gamepad, in my opinion, and stopped the awesome motion control arms race that they started with the Wii. And went to this thing, which would have been fine as a perpetual, like say the Power Glove or the U-Force, or something. Not, hey, you have to have this to turn the system on, type of thing. That to me was one of the worst decisions ever, because now this thing is like, no one uses it. I heard about that. People are using GameCube controllers for this. You know what that means? You know what that's like? You know what that sounds like? That's basically people are taking old hardware, replacing the awesome newness of the Wii U gamepad, quote unquote awesome newness of the Wii U gamepad, with something that's years old, because it works better than that thing. Think about that, guys. Oh, Nintendo, come on. Get back to Wii remotes quick. Okay, don't, get your money back, please. You need that money so you can do cool stuff. Make a next-gen system, an actual next-gen system. That's what the deal is. Okay, continuing history lesson, after Sonic Colors, Sonic Generation, Sonic Lost World. What is the Sonic Generations? Sonic Generations came out, and Sonic Generations had the characters. Thankfully, thanks to God, praise to God, the characters came back. All right, you got to see them. It's like they exist. They're still alive. I am so happy, and totally exact opposite of Yahtzee from The Escapist, Zero Punctuation, all that, who didn't like the characters because, of course, they played horribly in Sonic 2006. That's probably why he doesn't like the characters. Anyway, okay, it's 11 o'clock. I gotta hurry. Okay, in Sonic Generations, you got to see all the characters, well, most of the characters, hang out again, and it was great to see, Vector and Charmy and SVO and, well, not big. It was big there. It was big there. I don't know. Blaze and Silver. Yes, it was nice to see Blaze and Silver and Blaze and Silver and Shadow and all them. Even though, and Knuckles and all those other cool people. You got to see them again. Then you got to save them. You actually got to save, and Rouge. You got to save these guys from the plot. The plot was that you got to save them, just like Spyro the Dragon. I heard, yeah, and it was great. It was great. I liked that. This Song Lost World again. You didn't really see any of those characters. You saw Amy and Knuckles. You didn't really see anyone else. But you did get the Deadly Six, which in my opinion are cool things. They're like Koopalings. They're like Koopalings, which is great, because then now they can have like levels that are devoted to, Dr. Eggman. They have a level, Dr. Eggman level. You have like purple guy, red guy, green girl, emo blue dude, old guy, Yoda looking, the old guy with the fruit. You can have levels now devoted to different characters. They're trying to hook it up real nice. I like that. I like the Deadly Six for that.